Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Gardening with Grayson. In today's video, I'm going to be staining and sealing some new boards that I've had replaced on this deck. So the deck's about 20 years old, and this is the first time that I've ever had any boards replaced. And I've been saving this project for a while because I needed to let these boards dry out before I went ahead and got them sealed. In the past, I've stained this deck brown with just a clear weatherproofing and sealer, and over the years I just got kind of tired with the brown look of it all, so I wanted to do something a little different, but I wasn't sure what I would do. So I went to my local Home Depot and I was perusing the aisles of all the different stains, and I ran across this Behr product several years ago, and this is a solid color waterproofing stain and sealer in the color Sagebrush Green. So this is about a 30 by 30 deck. It's a big component and key feature of my backyard garden. This Behr product comes in many different colors, and I just decided upon the green. Now in the beginning I thought, I don't know about a green deck, but the more that I did it, thought about all the different colors, I knew that I didn't want black or dark gray because this is a southern exposure and I knew that it would get really hot. I knew that I didn't want brown or any form of brown. I didn't want red or any kind of rusty color. So by process of elimination, I decided on the green, and actually I've loved it. It blends in with all the green shrubs and plants, and it's just a really nice color. With this being more of a gray green, the gray brings it down and it's more of a neutral. So it just softens that green down a bit, and I have loved it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this project started. I'm gonna be using a small little Wooster brush. I find these very handy. I've tried a roller in the past and I have a hard time getting them between all the cracks of the boards. I've tried a sprayer, but with them spitting and sputtering, I just didn't want any globs of paint. So I'm just gonna start with the boards that are fresh. So this is more of my deck. This is the actual green tone here. And as you can see, here's the railing. Here is the lower stamped concrete patio that we decorated a few videos back. Of course, I have a bunch of furniture on it, so just disregard that. But as you can see, the color and the green ferns just really work well with this color. It also just wraps into these big Chindo viburnums and all the river birch trees that I have. The umbrellas are green. Also, the green works really well with this Larapedulum. This deck is two-tiered. So here's a deck here, and then it steps down one step, and I turned the boards the opposite way so it wouldn't be a tripping hazard. And then also I had a bench here, and I had the bench taken out, and I've turned this into railings. So this is looking back at my back door. So as soon as you walk out the back door, you have this platform deck. This was the original deck, and I had all the railings knocked off. I had the corner cut off, and then I dropped down and brought it out 20 more feet. And so this deck is situated between the lower stamped concrete patio that you saw me decorate a few videos back, and then I also have the paver patio here, which you also saw me decorate as well. So this deck is substantial, and it's nestled in between the two patios. So as I pan around slowly, you can see the boards that I'm going to be staining and painting today. This is just another way to get off the deck here, down into the backyard. These are the hanging baskets that I refurbished the other day. My deck swing here, and here is the fountain that I painted in a previous video. So these will be the boards, all the light color boards that I'm going to be painting today, all the railings, and this just wraps back up around to the back door. Oh, there's a little rabbit. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. A little bunny rabbit. Here's the garden angel that I painted in the last video. It's just waiting to take its spot in the garden. And I've really been waiting to show you all this deck, and it's going to look really great once we get it all painted, and then I can show you how I decorate it, show you my techniques of how I make little rooms here on the deck. This is a great entertaining space. This is the central area where everyone kind of congregates. Okay, so what do you say? Let's go ahead and get after this project. I've been saving this project to show y'all. You know, I really didn't want to put, you know, all the furniture out and all the cushions out until I cleaned all the patio surfaces and got all the pavers cleaned, and it just takes time to get all that done. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't given you a garden tour, is because I've had so many key features in the garden to take care of and get clean first, that I was just going to save the garden tour until a little bit later. As you all know who are homeowners, after several years, it just is time to do a lot of maintenance. This was a new home to me. It was a brand new build years ago, and now it's all about maintenance. Now the thing about this color is that it is fresh and clean and light, and it goes well with just about any furniture or furnishings you can put out here. With the gray undertones in the green, gray is a neutral as well. And it was just kind of the perfect choice. Again, I was tired of dark brown or stain, and you know, it was just, I just wanted to try something a little different. But I'm not gonna lie, in the very beginning I thought, oh, I don't know about a green deck. And I didn't really want a hunter green deck. I didn't want anything too dark. Now, you know, I may change my mind in 5 years and I may head in that direction, but for now, I really enjoyed this this Sagebrush Green. This paint goes on well. It doesn't really streak. It just glides on like normal paint. And it seals and protects the boards all in one. But as long as I take my time and don't get in a hurry, this process I kind of enjoy. So a little bit about me. So I've lived in this home for 25 years. It was a brand new neighborhood, and everything that you see in this garden I have added. Now this is the whole southern exposure of the house. This whole back edge is the southern half. Well, it was so hot that I couldn't even walk out on the deck because it would burn your feet. So over the years with the trees, these big river birch trees, they have provided incredible shade. Now, it took years for these trees and shrubs to grow and to provide that shade. But nonetheless, it finally happened. And each year it got better and better. And here I am on the southern exposure of the house with almost complete shade. However, with those big trees come a lot of leaves and a lot of mist. And I've thought that I could possibly be changing this garden around. I'm not sure, it's not bad that I have the trees. I love the trees, but they're messy trees, and I'm not sure if it was just the wrong tree for the wrong spot. So I may end up taking these trees out and replacing them with trees that drop their leaves all at one time, so there's not a mess all year long. Because with birch trees, they are messy trees. They drop a lot of sticks and limbs and twigs all year long. In the spring, they drop the little catkins, and then they drop the shell of the leaf as the leaf emerges. I call it confetti because it rains down like confetti for at least 2 months, and all of that piles up on the deck and all in the furniture and all in the gutters. So I've thought that I may have them removed, as painful as it will be, and replace them with maybe shade trees that drop their leaves all at one time. So if you all have any good recommendations for trees that provide ample shade, that kind of grow out, that drop their leaves all at one time, I would love to hear what you have to say in the comment section below. So as you can see, this project is moving along pretty fast. So I just take my time and just scoot around on the deck, and before long, it's all done. Okay, just like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get these railings done. Tell you, having nice new fresh deck boards makes all the difference in the world. Over the last year, if I had a gathering of friends or family, I would say, watch that board, be careful of that board. You just start to learn the boards. There are tripping hazards or are on the way out. So I'm very thankful and grateful to be able to have these boards replaced. I know a lot of times it's all people can do to get in their home, so much less the maintenance. So being a homeowner is not always an easy job. There's a huge expense involved. Things break down, things wear out, and things need to be replaced. Yeah, anything outdoors is exposed to the elements and just can take a beating from the weather. Oh wow, it makes such a difference. I used to have a bench, a built-in bench all the way around. I had that bench taken out and the railing stopped here. So it was railing, and then this was all open with just a built-in bench exactly in the same format as these railings. It was two angled sides and a flat bench. And I just had it taken out and I extended the railing around, and I think I've gained 2 more feet because the bench came out to about here. And it's just made all the difference in the world. It's like it's been like this the whole time. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's low humidity. I guess we've been having a cooling trend all across the country. I'm in growing zone 8A. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was born and raised here. I've lived my whole life right here in what they call the Piedmont of the Carolinas. We have the mountains and the beach fairly close by. We can get to the mountains in about 2.5 hours, and we can get to the beach in about 3.5 to 4 hours. So Charlotte is located right on the border of South Carolina. So I literally live probably 5 minutes from the South Carolina state line. I'm a few hours away from Hilton Head, South Carolina. I'm probably, 3.5, 4 hours from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm probably 4.5 hours away from Savannah, Georgia. I'm about 2.5 hours away from Asheville, North Carolina, and that's where the Biltmore House is located. I've been up a few times to that. It's just beautiful. We are the home of the Carolina Panthers. We've got a lot going on here in Charlotte and in North Carolina. Now, most of my family, or I should say all of my family, is from southern Mississippi, right on the border of Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. I have family in Waveland, Mississippi, which is on the coast, the Gulf Coast. That's very close to Gulfport, Mississippi. I have family in Carriere, Mississippi, and Picayune, Mississippi, that live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Hammond, Louisiana. I have family that live in Alabama. So we're all from the South. So the shrubs here on the other side of these railings are called, they're viburnums or viburnums, and the variety is called Chindo, Chindo. And of course, as you can see, they are enormous. These are evergreen shrubs. And when I planted these 20 years ago, they were gallon size. And I can remember sitting out here on this patio and deck thinking, when are these shrubs gonna grow up large enough to give me privacy? They have a very small bloom on them. In the summer, there's tiny itty bitty red berries. You can barely see them. They are a centerpiece around the stamped concrete patio. They provide privacy all the way around. So this is a barrier between the backyard. So you've seen me in past videos spray paint containers and the garden angel in the backyard up on a pedestal, and it's on the other side of these shrubs. And you've heard me refer a few times, just on the other side of these shrubs is the stamped concrete patio. And this is on the other, now I'm on the interior side of these shrubs. But again, these are Chindo viburnums, and they are wonderful, wonderful plants. So, you know, I haven't done a lot of plantings in the yard this year yet because, again, I've been trying to get all of my maintenance done on all of my key elements, all the infrastructure, so to speak. And I decided to start this channel. I never in a million years thought that anyone would ever tune in to watch. And I was a little hesitant about starting this channel because it's very vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable place to be, to open your home, to open your yard, for people to critique it. And I was a little nervous about that. And so back in the spring, when it was time to plant up all the containers, I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and record this and see how I do on camera. I'd never been in front of a camera, so it was a little new to me. I didn't even know what I was doing. And so I hit the record button. I didn't even edit the video. It was whenever I planted the Super Tunia Bordeaux. I had 3 plants, and I had 1 or 2 I think I did 2 containers with 3 Bordeaux in each container, and I filmed it and I uploaded it, and I had like 600 views immediately, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, what in the world have I done now? But I'm not gonna lie, it's taken me a while to get comfortable on camera. The editing process has taken me hours upon hours upon hours to put a video out. That was all new to me. I didn't even know what to edit, how to edit. Adding music, you know, all the fast forward. I just didn't know anything about it. It's a whole new world, but I've enjoyed the process, and I've definitely enjoyed the interaction with all of you. All your comments and thumbs up, all of y'all who have hit this like and subscribe button, I certainly appreciate that. It's been fun and challenging. You know, another thing that I was not prepared for, it seems like every time I came outside to record a video, an airplane would fly by, or a dog would start barking, or, you know, a car would drive by with loud music, or, you know, my neighbor would turn their lawnmower on, which that's the beautiful sounds of the season. However, when you're trying desperately to film a video, it can turn into a 2-hour situation very quickly. So I've learned to just relax with that, and I'm still getting comfortable in front of the camera. So it's definitely been a process for me, but like I said, I've enjoyed it. And I will have to say, there is nothing quite like filming yourself on video and then playing it back and watching it, and especially in front of friends or family. So if everyone's sitting around in the room and you filmed yourself and now you play it back for your audience, it is very interesting. A lot of times the first thing we do is say, do I sound like that? Yeah, you sound like that. And it's just been a really interesting, crazy process, to be honest with you. And of course, I'm sharing all this very candidly with you all. But that has been my my situation. So I can see why a lot of people would shy away from it. It is not for the faint of heart, but it's a great learning process, and why not, right? You learn a lot about yourself. Another thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all that this hair of mine has been driving me crazy. If y'all have seen me with my hands in it, I've never had long hair in my life. It's always been cut off really, really short. And I wanted to try something different. And I almost have not made it, because as you can see, it's constantly in my eyes. And the minute you get your hands in paint or get gloves on them and it's in your face, you know, you can't really run your hands through it. So I've come very close to cutting it a few times, but I just want to hang in there with it, see what happens. Isn't that what life's all about? Hey, go for it, right? So my thoughts on it were, hey, I have all my hair, it's not falling out, it's not turning gray, I don't have any bald spots, why not? You know, I come out here and film these videos and I get lost in the video and I forget to tell you anything about myself. So there's a little bit of personal information about where I live and personal information about myself. And so once I get the deck stained or painted here and it dries, then I'll be able to load all the furniture back on and show you that process. But for now, I do all my own filming. I do all my editing. And that is why I'm only able to bring you one video per week for now. But who knows what the future will hold. But this fall I have a lot of great projects that I'm wanting to do. We haven't even gotten to the front yard or the side yard yet. Okay, y'all, that's going to do it for today's project. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and have found it inspiring in some way. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, as it helps me to continue to grow and to bring you more content like this. And as always, thank you so much for gardening with Grayson, and I will see you in the next one.